Hello, this is Mike from Retro Digital, better known as Crawdad. We're going to have an unboxing, and today, well, it's one of those that it's one of my favorite artists. Growing up, he still remains one of my favorite artists, but at the same time, this was probably my least favorite album that was released at the time I was a young kid when I loved the music of his music most. But that's the one they decided to make this would be the second album box set of this person. And without further ado, we're gonna go prime and yeah. One of the thing says on that it's on these unboxing videos I dislike is trying to watch these people fumble around, so I get everything done to begin with. And it says, let's turn this around. What does it say? Oh, it's back asswards that way too. Made with less material. Okie dokie. And oh boy, that was hard. Now we get this box. And this is sort of an album box, but it's a little bit smaller. You know, if you can see this is, what they use to store albums in. And I get my trusty thumb, cut the thing up. And what we have here is Madman Across the Water by Elton John. Now, it has a blurb sticker on there. It says Madman Across the Water, 50th anniversary edition, although the 50th anniversary was last year. I think COVID had a lot to do with that, and I think COVID has a lot to do why they're starting with this album. Now, it says 3 CDs and 1 Blu-ray. Original 1971 album, the Bob Ludwig 2016 remaster. Okay, we also get rarities, piano demos, which is mostly what I bought this for. He's released piano demos with the Elton John Deluxe 2-disc set with the Tumbleweed Connection 2-disc box set, and also he put some piano demos in the Jewel box set that was released about a year and a half ago, 2020, during the midst of COVID. Now, it also says you get BB Sounds for Saturday Concert. Okay. Blu-ray contains 5.1 album mix. That's neither here nor there. I don't have, even though I do have two 5.1 capable stereo systems. I don't have them hook up that way. And it also says BB Sounds for Saturday and Old Gray Whistle Test Performances, BBC, I believe, performances, and 100-page book and poster. Look at that. We'll give you the back of this. What this is showing on my screen of my computer that this is actually backwards. I hope it doesn't appear backwards that way. So without further ado, I cut the plastic, and this is the box. It looks pretty sturdy, feels pretty sturdy. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the poster. The poster is actually kind of cool and cool. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the music. Okay. Okay, both of these, both of these shots, I believe, are in the original album uh, artwork, graphics, so to speak. And you have 3 CDs, and you have a Blu-ray. Now, just for shits and giggles, okay, we'll open up and go disc 4. And this is the Blu-ray. And what it has is the old DJM album, or well, what do you want to call it? The label. Ding! Okay. And we are going to put this away. What I would rather they've done, and it's not because I'm an ugly American, but because it simply looks a hell of a lot better. I wish they would have put the Universal City, the Uni label. But this one, same thing. The DJM label, which, I guess is proper considering that that's who he was signed to, was DJM, Dick James Music. And same thing. And we're just going to assume the last one is. So, I'm going to put this back to back here, like this. I'm going to actually, so this should be nifty. I'm going to read the box while I hold this up. Okay, I got to put it up like this, so it's better. I'll put it in my hand like that. And the first disc has the album. It has a live radio broadcast. It doesn't say where. I'm sure it says so in the booklet. It'll say where it was recorded. It has the Madman Across the Ladder original version featuring Mick Ronson, which also appears on the Tumbleweed Connection Classic Years, and it also appears on the Tumbleweed Connection Deluxe 2-disc set, along with Rare Masters. And Rock Me When He's Gone, which actually this is only, as far as I know, its second appearance. It's so on the Rare Masters this set. The mono single version of Leave On, which is actually kind of funny because my Uncle Rick had that, and that is probably the second Elton John song that I ever heard. And it has an extended version of Razorface. Now, the second disc is all piano demos except for Rock Me When He's Gone. I'm thinking a couple of these are in the jewel box. Let's see, Madman, Tiny Dancer, Leave On, Razorface, Madman Across the Water, 1971 piano demo. So he has 2 piano demos of Madman Across the Water. Indian Sunset, Holiday Inn, Rotten Peaches, All the Nasties, and Goodbye. I think All the Nasties, and there is definitely on the jewel box, if I remember rightly. And it also has a piano demo for Rock Me When He's Gone. And it also has a piano demo for, it has a full version of Rock Me When He's Gone. I don't know if it's a demo or what, but it's probably not the Rare Masters version. And on disc 3, Sounds for Saturday. BBC Sounds for Saturday. Tiny Dancer, Rotten Peaches, Razorface, Holiday Inn, Indian Sunset, Leave On, Madmen Across the Water, and Goodbye. A quick scan will tell me that it is missing Tiny Dan. No. No, there's all the nasties. It's missing all the nasties from that concert. Everything else is on there. Okay. So, and then the Blu-ray. Oh, got to put it back up. I forgot the Blu-ray. It is the 5.1 mix of Madman Across the Water, original version featuring Mick Ronson, 5.1 mix of Madman Across the Water, the full album. Sounds for Saturday. So I'm assuming that is the video for the audio that's on disc 3, and the Old Gray Whistle Test. Okay, so there we go. And we put that in there. We put the poster back. And we get the booklet, which basically has the back album cover, front album cover, back album cover. And this is going to be kind of difficult here. I'm just going to look at this. Okay. DJM Records. Really, Elton, you should have used the Universal City label. It is so much cooler. You know, if that's the worst thing I can say about this box set, it's going to be pretty darn good, right? So, looking at it, Elton has a couple things to say. Bernie has a couple things to say. If I wasn't on stage, I was in the studio. There's a picture of Elton there. Elton in his well, actually, that looks like his tumbleweed era. Okay, your obligatory tape box picture. Okay. Yeah, okay. More pictures of Elton. Okay, an ad here. Elton John on DJM Records. It has the Empty Sky, Elton John, Tumbleweed Connection, 11-17-70, and Madman Across the Water. What, of course, it's missing from this ad is the Friends album, which no clue what it was on in Britain, but it was on the Paramount label here in the United States. And okay, and a tape box. And this is cool here, Garden Party, Saturday the 31st of July. If you can see, it has a picture of Dee Murray and Nigel Olsson, which at that time was his touring band. Oh, that's kind of cool. Crystal Palace Bowl, Garden Party 2. So this is probably an ad for that. Not just, and it's cool that he put Dee and Nigel's names on with him. But you get Fairport Convention, Rory Gallagher, and yes, were the three things, plus Hookfoot. Hookfoot had Caleb Quay, Roger Pope in it, and what they played on Tumbleweed Connection, Elton John, Roger Pope I don't think played on the Elton John album. Caleb Quay was involved in Elton's recording career from the beginning. He kind of even served as like the unofficial producer. If you ever listened to the Jewel Box, you'll know that he did a lot of work in that. He is basically the unsung hero of that box set. He actually appears on 7 of the 8 discs. Now, he also played a great deal, if not all of the guitar on the Empty Sky album. Alrighty then. And okay, another tape box, more tape boxes. Some sheet music. I'm not sure what this is. Instrument and microphone chart. Another tape box. Oh, lyrics for Rotten Peaches. Okay. Lyrics for Goodbye. Booklet, PP2. No clue. It says original pieces for the 1971 cover art. And basically, the booklet from, they just got pictures from the booklet of the original album. Couple different things here as far as record, maybe an alternate version of the album cover. I not looking that closely, I guess, and some picture sleeves for Levon, who wore his war wound like a crown, by the way. Okay, book, the tour thing. Royal Festival Hall, an ad for Elton John, ad Royal Festival Hall, same thing. And I had no idea what the other thing is. Now, Elton John Tiny Dancer from Angola. They were releasing Elton John singles in Angola. And a picture of Elton here. And another page from the booklet. And now we get the full booklet. And that goes on. I don't know. I'm sure that anybody that's watched this far probably has seen the book with either the original album, and it does pretty much appear in the. I like that in the CD, the Classic Years CD, which is one of the 3 other copies of this album I have. And it looks like a tour schedule. Holy shit. Okay, or it's a timeline of some sort. Circa 1970, circa April 10th, recording at Dick James' studio, first demo for Madmen Across the Water. They also registered the copyright for the song. May 18th, they recorded the version with Mick Ronson, who was he with Bowie at that point? I believe he was. If not, he was very quickly with Bowie. I believe that the Man Who Sold the World album was released in 1970. Just a timeline. It's been a long day. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. January 4th, Tumbleweed in 1971. Tumbleweed Connection released in the United States. January 7th, the Your Song single released in the UK. And it goes to March 5th of 1971. A couple more posters. Yeah, this is a cool book. I like that this is okay, and then the timeline keeps going on. I like the fact that this is a little bigger than the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road box, which is the same size as the Diamond box. Diamonds was a, well, one, two, or three disc set, basically a greatest hits. And I get it's like they prioritized it because the first disc is the biggest ones, and the next biggest ones on disc two. That they put those together, and then you have the three disc set. And now we actually go into '72 as well. On January 7th, he legally, in 1972, he legally changed his name to Elton Hercules John by deed poll. And on May 20th of 1972, this album peaked at number 41 on the UK charts. February 12th, 1972, Madman Across the Water peaked in the US at number 8. So I believe with the next album, which would have been Honky Chateau, I believe that starts his string of number one hits. Now this is freaking pretty great. Okay. There's the Uni label. Get it up really close so you guys can see it. Ain't that effing cool? Yes. Uni's other big artist at that point in time was Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond went to Columbia right about the time that they switched over to MCA. If I'm not mistaken, there's not a single Neil Diamond album that was originally released as a MCA album other than his 12 greatest hits, which fantastic album, by the way. Cassettes. Are we going to see some 8 tracks? No, then we got another thing. I'm wondering. I think this is oh, look at a little Schroeder. I love Beethoven. That's awesome. Don't touch. I'm just wondering if Bernie's wife Maxine, she was the seamstress for the band. I wonder if she's the one that did all these patches on the denim. Okay, then we got the actual contents of the book. DTS HD high resolution audio. This is really small. I gotta take my glasses off to read. 96 kilohertz, 24-bit. It has a regular PCM. 96 kilohertz, 24-bit. Thank you very much. Okay, and just saying what the thing is here. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. Some more. What is that? Sweet pea? Kiss me. I'm sterile. The Beach Boys, Surf's Up is on here. Mighty Mouse. Here I come to save the day. Porky Pig, Disneyland, the Matterhorn, and credits for the box and another poster. This is sweet. This is a very, very good book. It's gold record on the Uni label. I don't see a gold record from the DJM label. Do you? Of course, I ain't got to the end of the book either. Oh, now that is awesome. This would be a fucking great album cover. Look at this shit. That picture is fantastic. and nice thick stock paper. Yeah. Um, even though I did open this and I did that because I can't stand watching these videos where people are fumbling with the cutting it up and everything. Hello, TJR, I'm talking about you. Um, but I will say this. Okay, this is my least favorite of the original Elton John albums. Let's say up through Rock of the Westies. Um, but at the same time, it is his best. Whoops, over here. It is his best album side. That album, the first side of this album is flawless. Let me say that again, really slow. Flawless. Uh, the remake of um, the remake of Madman Across the Ladder with Chris Betting is just fantastic. In fact, my new, I don't want to say obsession, but Rodriguez, Chris Betting played some guitar on the second Rodriguez album, and it's fantastic. Oh gosh, supposedly he played on some of the Sex Pistols songs. It's a possibility, but we don't know. It's a rumor. But I've never been to Razorface, if I'm not mistaken, was the second side of the American version of Tiny Dancer. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen any of my 45s. And but the second side, yeah. Indian Sunset is, let's say, I'm not lyrically a fan of the song, not because it says Indian. It's the time period. The time period was early 70s. Nobody thought about the difference between what a Native American was and what an Indian was. To us back then, Native Americans were Indians. My problem is like you could tell the lyrics. He got his ideas about the Native Americans from Peter Pan, J.M. Barrie. It's like it's he just throws in code word, not code words aren't right. He throws in like Indian tribes and Geronimo, and it's like, dude, this is a fucking large ass country. You can't do that. You are not making sense. Holiday Inn, Holiday Inn is actually a pretty damn good song. Uh, Thank God that Bernie didn't write too many road lyrics because basically what it is about the boredom of being on the road. Never been a big fan of Rotten Peaches, Goodbye, or All the Nasties. That's me. You know, your typical Elton John fan rates this a lot higher than I do. Like I said, it's my least favorite of his original. Let's say the albums that were originally released in on DJM in Britain. Um, it's just a notch less than Caribou, in my excuse me, in my opinion. Um, but in any case, I'm glad to have this. I I understand why we're starting here, although it's like 1972. This is 50 years ago. Um, this was still at this time 50 years ago in middle of June. This was still, I'm sure, riding really high on the charts. It reached number 8 in May of 1972. So I understand kind of why this one is being released first. Although I personally would have started with Honky Chateau. Well, actually, I would have started with the Empty Sky album, but a couple of things. He wouldn't sell very many copies of the Empty Sky album. I happen to love it. And who knows what there is as far as outtakes for that. Elton John, he but there's got to be some piano demos for the Empty Sky. The only piano demo from any song on Empty Sky that was released was Skyline Pigeon, which is on the Jewel Box. And so the second album, eponymous, however you want to say it, that one and Tumbleweed Connection both had deluxe 2 CD sets released. So maybe that's why they started with this one. Although I think they could have released the hint Elton, the Record Store Day 2 album version of 11/17/70. But with that being said, this release didn't have a deluxe version, so maybe that's why they started here, and we will someday get deluxe versions of Elton John and Tumbleweed Connection. But if they follow the album trajectory, 50-year anniversaries, we would be getting a Honky Chateau this year. So, in 2023, we will be getting a Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, and we've already got a box for Elton for Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. There's some great things about it, and there's some very bad things about it. I never want to see any fucking band Perry versions or Ed Sheeran. I can name anybody else on that does a version of Elton John on the box version of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. That was like the dumbest effing idea I ever seen in my life. Well, actually, no. Elton actually did the Victim of Love album. So, okay, less said about that, the better. Then 1974, we would have Caribou. 1975, we'd have versions of Captain Fantastic, which has been on a deluxe, but the second disc of that was a live concert that that was done. It introduced his band that he recorded Rock of the Westies with. We'd we'd get that in late 1975, Rock of the Westies, and that's where the DJM album's on. Pretty much, I think almost everything that Elton has ever did is underneath the Universal Music Group umbrella. So there is a good possibility they could continue on from there. Blue Moves, Single Man, and Victim of Love. Can you imagine a super deluxe edition of Victim of Love? I can't. I don't want to. Seriously, you want to know how bad that album is? Stream it. Don't buy it. Stream it. You don't want to buy it. Only fools like me who have to have just basically almost everything this man does will buy it. In fact, the funny thing is my original version of it was I bought a cassette sometime in the 80s of it, and I put some tape over the little holes that are on the top, and I recorded over it. It was that bad. I bought a CD of it, and I don't think it. I think it cost me at that time like $3 maybe. Um, so with all that being said, that will take us through the 70s. I don't know. I honestly don't know how many of these Super Deluxe Edition boxes that they plan on releasing. I would definitely like to see one for Empty Sky. I think the chances of that happening are none and none. Um, they release. I'm sure they would release everything on, like, say, the Elton John one. If they decide to do one, they will release everything that's on the second disc, which most of that is some excellent piano demos, and it's pretty much the same thing with Tumbleweed as well. They'll probably release, I don't know, with that too. But the thing is, what I would like to see, I understand these are what sells these days, but I would rather see something like an Elton John version of the like the Beatles anthology, just all outtakes, live recordings. Whether that'll happen or not, no clue. But as it stands, I'm glad to have this, and I'm going to turn this off. Okay, I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to go listen to it. Cheers.